do 10 seconds. I can't hear. Oh, shit.
What's going on? The boys are finally back. Standing room only radio. Man, that sounds so good to say. Boys,
Feels
what's
good to be
going
back.
on? Yes, sir.
What's happening?
Not too much. So I'm y'all's co-host Blake Sullivan, and with me, as usual, my two better halves, the number one Auburn fan in the world, Poppa Flacko.
What it do?
What it do, baby? How you doing tonight?
Still still in recovery mode. Still feeling the after effects of a long weekend, but we hanging in there.
Yeah, I think you probably are taking it worse than anybody other than the back of Andrew's car. But speaking of Andrew's car, coming from Andrew's car on his way back from Nashville, the one, the only, McAssholt himself, Andrew Holt. What's going on, bro?
Man, not a whole lot. Making the trip back to Nashville from Bama. Had to pull over, show the dedication for the show. You know?
Already know. No doubt. How's that ride back home?
Well, I'm just chilling right now. Still got a little bit to go, but we'll make it. We'll get there. This is the most important thing right now.
No doubt. Now, y'all, Flock was talking about a hangover, and you're coming back from Nashville. So let's go ahead and talk about the absolute raucous events from this weekend, because this was probably one of the biggest sporting weekends I can remember in a February. There was just so much going on, and we just happened to be at the biggest event literally in the country going on. And the Stadium Series, I don't think there was anything bigger than the Stadium Series tailgate in Lot B.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the game starting at 6:30. By what would you say, about 2:30, 2 o'clock, the parking lot was packed. I mean, just people drinking everywhere, having a good time, music blasting in all directions. But I'd say we had the most lit in the area, though. We did our thing with our table and our little lot,
Our little table.
No doubt. Now, we got to give a huge shout out to Raw Room and Darren Bates over there for helping us put on that event, because without them, I don't know if it had been possible. Huge shout out, DB, even though you're a fucking Auburn ex-alum, whatever you are.
We're Eagle.
Roll Tide.
We make things happen. That's what we do, man.
But, dude, so let's talk about the tailgate. Like, what were y'all's expectations coming into that? Because, I mean, who would have thought the last few years? I know Andrew, you're kind of new to hockey still. Flock, you've been following it kind of relatively not too long. What were y'all's expectations coming into Nashville, an outdoor hockey game, and where the Titans play in Nissan Stadium?
I lived in Pittsburgh for the last almost year, and I went to a couple Penguins games, and I will say the Pens are pretty incredible. The atmosphere is great. But I have never in my life experienced anything like Stadium Series, man. That tailgate was nuts. The game was nuts. The view was nuts. The fans are incredible. 65,000 deep.
65.
There's nothing like it, man. I love my city. I'm so glad to be from here and that we have the sports that we have here. Even though I'm not a fan, I'm a Preds fan, not a Titans fan. Sorry. But Nashville's incredible. I'm just blessed to be from here.
No doubt. Flock, what do you think? I know, first off, Andrew, you got the worst wrist shot I've ever seen in the world. So we had a hockey set up.
Bullshit.
No, dude, you're weak.
No shot,
first
bro.
off, you were straight trash.
No shot.
Like,
Dude, you drink. You have that many drinks and then go out there and try to slap wrist shots on a children's net.
Bro, I think
got a net from Babies R Us.
And that's fine. You should have been able to score on it easy.
You got a Oshkosh Bagosh net.
The Pecorine Junior Special.
The Baby Gap net.
That's it. But I had to say, that was the weakest wrist shot I think I've ever seen.
You're wild. I get it. All right. Make fun of me. That wrist shot goes crazy. Don't let him fool you.
Flock, what did you think about the whole tailgate experience and everything?
Nashville, there's, for the hockey games, there's always a great experience. Bridgestone, great environment. The whole surrounding area, it's pretty lit, before the game and after the game. But this was on a whole another level. Like it was, words almost can't describe it. Just the electricity in the air, and it was real nice. There's a lot of Tampa Bay fans there, and they was all, they was cool, vibing with us.
We got some good interviews, Flock.
Oh,
yes,
dude.
we did.
We went into the Blue Sea and we just caused ruckus.
Dude,
hey man,
yep.
They they was cool people, they could take a little ribbon, They was cutting up with us, they didn't take nothing serious, it was all fun and games and jokes.
I do want to point out one thing about the game in general. If I'm the Predators, why would you schedule Tampa Bay for the biggest game of the year? I don't know about
I don't think that was the Preds. I think that was
that's
more
like being
on NHL.
That's like being Vanderbilt and scheduling Alabama for your homecoming.
Very true.
But go Preds anyways. I'm a big fan.
Hey, they held their own though. I mean, the game was only 3-2. They scored the first goal.
Game,
hey, that first goal though, the feeling, bro, I got chills immediately. That first goal went in. That place went absolutely fucking nuts.
The Bolts are just a really good team, man. There's nothing lost for the Preds there, man. It was a great game.
It was. Now, I know, Andrew, we lost you for like a whole period. You were off with our boy Addison over at Raw Room. Tell us the kind about y'all's adventures, because I know I have not really heard about him yet. And I think this is a great place to hear about him.
Well, you know what, man? Being an introvert, I've been trying to get out of my comfort zone more. So Addison and I, just went down there, man. And whoever was yelling is who we pretty much approached. I yelled at a lot of Tampa fans about how they're over the salary cap every year. That's a whole other topic, though.
Honestly, if I had to drink every time you said salary cap, on Saturday, I would have blacked out before the first period was over.
It pisses me off. It makes me so upset. They're so good, dude, but it costs to be the boss, I guess. But no, Addison and I went down there, man, and we just started. We were just talking. I was mic'd up. I have a lot of recording on my phone that I hope to share with everybody, man. It was pretty funny. I was mic'd up for the entire night. Even when we went out on Broadway, we were in line at Whiskey Row, and these girls, they were like, "Why do you have a microphone on?" I'm not the feds. I'm not the feds. I'm just trying to get content.
Andrew is our version of the FBI. When he goes out, he will listen to and record every one of your conversations. So literally, you are.
Yeah,
I'm a good host.
Got a wire on.
I got my boys home safe. That's all that matters to me, man.
No doubt. Hey, how are you feeling? I know you're talking about being able to go out. I couldn't go out that night. So
I know.
If you follow us on Twitter, you'll go ahead and see it. If you haven't, go ahead and follow us now. But there's a video on there of Andrew getting probably the most terrible RKO that's ever been seen on video.
My boy has a 7-inch vertical, and he used every inch of it to RKO.
Goddamn right I did. I had a donkey kick halfway my ass up there.
I will say this, man. I will say this. If we were in a match, or that was a wrestling match, that was definitely like a 1.5 count. I wasn't stressed about it. I'm just saying it was good.
I don't know. I thought about trying to do the roll up. I saw the video after. I was like, damn, why didn't I roll his ass up?
I would have kicked out.
Opportunity.
I would have kicked out. You can't pin the champ, bro. I'm just saying.
Your moves aren't good when you get hurt more than a person you do to move on. So that's never a good thing.
I mean, sometimes that's how it goes. I mean, the table just did not agree with my hip. I mean, that was rough.
He messed his hip flexor up trying to RKO the champ.
Yes.
You win some, you lose some, brother, but you live to fight another day.
No doubt. What was y'all's favorite part about the day of the Stadium Series? Just like, I know, don't be too vague with me. I know the tailgate was fun. The game was fun. What was y'all's favorite moment of the day?
I think just like when we first walked in and the whole setup down on the field, just seeing that for the first time, it was just, I think they just did a great job with everything, the decorations and everything, the band set up behind the rink. So just seeing that all and looking around and just seeing a packed out stadium, taking that all in at first, it was pretty cool.
No doubt.
For me, man, it was just like the vibes were immaculate, man. Between Bolts fans and Preds fans, just being able to walk around and interact with everyone, and being from Nashville is like one thing we do well here is we're great people down here, man. We have great hospitality, and it was good to just run around and meet people, and the environment was incredible. And as somebody who hasn't been to a bunch of hockey games, I doubt that I will ever experience anything like that again. I mean,
I doubt we'll see an outdoor game. And to be completely honest, I do not want the Preds playing in another outdoor game. I mean, they're 0-2.
Hey, there's something about that Nashville skyline with that stadium lit up, man. It's just,
dude, I'll tell you, I got a couple of pictures that will blow your mind. Just that was an amazing back set. And I know Wayne.
Different.
They were saying Wayne Gretzky, he was on the TNT call that night, and he said every one of those analysts said that was the most beautiful outdoor hockey game they've ever witnessed. I mean, I don't think Nashville hit everything on the money between the tailgate they had that we really didn't get to go to by the stadium, between the logistics with the parking lots, everything, and getting into the game and getting out. Dude, it was smooth. I mean, that was probably one of the smoothest in and outs going to a game that I think I've ever had. So shout out to Nissan.
A lot of things could have went wrong, when you got a plan, and that something that different, but I feel like they as close to perfect as you can get.
Absolutely.
No doubt. And I think if they do happen to bring another outdoor game for the Preds, it needs to go in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and we need to play the Carolina Hurricanes.
Or the Dallas Stars, because fuck the Stars.
Well, we already did that in the Winter Classic, and I don't want no more of that.
Or the Caps. Play the Caps.
What would we play outdoor though? Will you want to play at the Commander Stadium?
They can come down. They can come down south and get an ass whooping.
I mean, I like Atlanta's the halfway mark almost for Nashville and Charlotte or wherever the hell. I think that's where Carolina plays, something like that.
We don't know and we don't care. To be honest,
fuck them bunch of jerks. Oh, speaking of, we got 16 people currently with us right now watching live. So shout out to everybody here.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in.
Absolutely. So like we said, wild Stadium Series weekend. Don't think we're ever probably going to get to experience anything like that again. But if we do, trust me, it's going to be nuts. And if you get the opportunity to, I know a lot of our new listeners are not from this area. Please check out an outdoor hockey game, or please check out your NHL team because that shit is lit.
It's fun.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Andrew, you got to go to your first Preds game this past year. What is your first experience like? Because I know I haven't heard from a first fan in a long time.
Again, man, I went to a few Penguins games, and incredible environment. A lot different than what you get here, though, man. It's electric is cliche as that is, man. It's different. I've never experienced anything like it. I've been to Pittsburgh games. Everybody talks about the Pens games, and I've went to plenty, and there's no comparison to Nashville. Nothing like it.
I mean, there really isn't. And that's what everybody's always said about I don't know why that just happened on our stream, my bad. But said about Bridgestone, it is an electric factory. I mean, there's nowhere like it. Like you just said, you've been to Pittsburgh, who's won how many cups now? And they're supposed to have one of the best fans in the country. It's pretty dry
in there, man. It's pretty dry in there. And you go to a Preds game and there's just so many, traditions that they've started. The catfish, Taylor Lewan out there just chugging beers. It's just fun, man. It's a lot of fun. And that's like, for me, that's what I want to experience. That's how I became a fan I could have easily been a Pens fan because I did go there. They're great. They're a great team, but I'm from Nashville, went to my first game and I'm not looking back.
No
doubt.
Preds,
maybe Preds by 1,000.
About damn time. Like, I was stressing, honestly, you being a Penguins fan. I thought I was going to have to block you in my phone, block you on. Well, you didn't have a Twitter
here's my biggest
so I couldn't block you there.
There's one big reason, and that's Sidney Crosby, one of the greatest. He is a big old sissy, and I can't get.
He's a big old bitch.
I do like the Avs too. Kel McCarr is my favorite player, so I do rock with the Avs a little bit, man. But it's Preds from here on out, man. I'm gonna go to as many games as I can. So if you guys see me out there, holler at me. I'll be mic'd up more than likely.
No doubt.
So tread lightly.
I know I'm working on some things right now with some collaborations with the Renegades of Puck, Ultimate Predator. So hopefully you will see us up in Nashville here soon. Again, back in Bridgestone Arena because shit, I miss my home away from home.
And I'm in Nashville. So if you my Twitter handle's right here. Slide in the DMs. Let's link up. Let's collaborate. Let's get into something. I'm here.
No doubt. So from one Nashville team to another, but this one actually got the dub. MLS finally started back this weekend, and Nashville SC got to take on Seattle, which is picked to win the MLS and by a ton of professional analysts picked to at least win the Western Conference, which Nashville is now a part of, which sucks fucking dick and makes no sense. But big win from the boys in gold last night. Andrew, I know you got to watch the game some last night. Tell me what you saw. I know, again, this is another new team for you, so you're still learning with it. But tell me what you saw last night.
Man, I love soccer. Big soccer fan, but just got down with the MLS. But, the whole Walker Zimmerman comparison for me is the reason I started watching.
No, bro, you are Walker Zimmerman's mini-me.
That's okay. Great value, Walker. I'm here. Just watching how they mesh so well together, man. There's a lot of camaraderie there. Hani Mukhtar is obviously one of the best at his craft.
No doubt.
They have the number one defender in the country, one of the best goalies. Last night was a great game. They beat a really good team. So I look forward to watching every game hopefully. But I hope to go to one. I really hope to go to an SC game. I've never been to one.
If you're not there May 1st, something's absolutely, you better be dead. No, like that needs to be your only excuse.
My birthday's coming up. Grab me a ticket.
That's too easy. But man, last night the boys looked good. I mean, we had Sean Davis added to the midfield we picked up from the New York Red Bulls. Huge addition to that offense. And I really think that solidifies Nashville now having probably the strongest midfield in MLS. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then in front of that, you got Hani Mukhtar, you got CJ Sapong, Randall Leal, who got the assist to Godoy last night. I mean, it's going to be tough to lose this year, as it was last year, honestly.
Some good additions, and they was able to keep a lot of the same group from last year's, so just more chemistry building, I'm looking forward to the season. It's going to be a fun year.
Oh, it really is. I mean, like I said, you got Godoy, McCarty, Davis in that midfield, Leal, Mukhtar, Sapong. I mean, that might be one of the strongest fronts right now in MLS. I like how y'all just nodding. It's like, yeah, I like it.
I mean, I'm not a big soccer guy. Trying to be. I'm not gonna act like I know everything about it, man. So
it's all good.
We're gonna run with it. Nashville SC. Hope they don't start off hot and fizzle out like most Nashville teams do.
That would be the worst. It's just not a trend. I hope this is not just a trend. I mean, Flock, you've noticed it too. You've been to a few games and seen just in the few games you've been to how big of a difference the crowd has grown throughout the season and at tailgates.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely tell this fandom is probably one of the strongest in Nashville right now. I mean, we were there back in the first round of the playoffs against Orlando, and I'll say this up and down every day that those 26,000 fans for that NSC game were louder than that Tennessee Titans game has ever been in Nissan Stadium.
I agree. That was I did not expect that for that game.
I mean, Andrew, I'm telling you, it was 26,000 fans sounded like 68,000 from Saturday.
I believe it, man. Again, Nashville.
And it was.
I expect
it was like 26,000 like acquaintances. It was like we all knew each other. Like
absolutely, that's the best thing about being in a supporters group too, as well. I mean, sitting in the supporter section. Do what?
Crop me in next time.
Crop you in. I got you. But dude, you're talking about May 1st and going to your first game. The home opener against Philly in that new stadium going to be absolutely insane.
ESPN.
I just want to get on the big screen, man. Put me on the jumbotron.
I want you actually to streak on the field or just run on the field. I think that would be hysterical.
If we can get how many retweets, and I'll do it.
Oh, so we're gonna put out a challenge. Flock, what do you think? You think we can get 100 retweets? He'd be good to do it. I think we can get 100 pretty easy.
He gonna get RKO'd again. This time by a security guard.
By a security guard. No, they're gonna get juked. Trust me, I'm not worried about them. I'm gonna get tackled by a soccer player more than likely.
A butt naked RKO.
I mean, 100 is kind of low. I would say 250 for streaking across the field. That's a charge.
Hey, look, let me don't streak. Look, you don't have to streak. All you have to do is run on the field.
I'll run on the field.
So we'll no, not for 250. We'll compromise at 200.
That's weird because I feel like I have full control of this.
Well, I mean, you only lose 50, and I gained 100. So I mean, we can do 200. 200. 200. All right, Flock, you're a witness, and let's see how many people are enjoying this show with us right now. All right, we got 12 people on here right now. They're all witnesses. We're gonna retweet.
That sounds like 12 retweets to me. That's low.
Hey, you think about those 12 people who have 3 friends who have 3 friends. It turns into a lot of retweets, especially if you got to do what you got to do.
That's okay, man. Hey, just tune in because if it does happen, you're gonna see some security guards get shook up.
Here's what I want to happen. I hope I get to lead on the capo stand game 1, and I'm going to give you the signal, and it's going to be this. Just run on the field. Just look down and run.
I'll need to just give me the 7th man flag. I'm going to tie it around my neck. I'll do it for my city, man.
But there's 11
200
people.
retweets. I'm going to do it for my city.
You be the 12th man.
12th man, whatever. The 7th man, I forgot it was for the flag for the hockey.
This is not hockey. But speaking of, if you're an NSC fan watching and you're trying to find a supporter group, I know Flacco is still looking for a supporter group over here. I don't know why I used the other hand. I know we got the roadies you see in my background. That's the supporter group I'm in. We got a lot popping up now. We got Mixtape 615, which is an awesome group of guys and a few girls now. They went up. A lot of them traveled up to Seattle. I don't know if y'all saw, but we had a good bit of supporters travel up to that Seattle game. That was pretty awesome. They were there for the boys in gold. Also, there's a something been going on. So you know our mascot's a coyote, right? But they don't call us the Coyotes. What do y'all think about upping the Yotes, calling them the Yotes from here on out? Or do you want to stay with Boys in Gold?
I don't know. You know, I mean, I've kind of gotten used to Boys in Gold, you know, but change is good sometimes.
I mean, we already have the mascot. Why not use it? I mean, I like Yotes. I don't like Coyotes. I think that sounds stupid. It sounds like Arizona, and they're a bunch of trash-ass losers.
They're not good.
Not
Shots fired.
So
bow,
bad.
bow, bow, bow.
Oh, we're getting the shots fired soon. Don't worry. We're getting to your fucking Auburn Tigers just here in a minute. But, Andrew, your first game, we got to get you in there May 1st, supporter section. But
200 retweets.
That stadium is the largest soccer what's the word I'm looking for? Soccer-specific stadium in the country. That 36,000 people, they've already sold 25,000 season tickets.
I look forward to it.
That is wild.
25,000 season ticket holders. That place is going to be almost sold out every single game.
Going to be setting off the fucking Richter scale.
Like, honestly, like they are, you know, it was crazy. Before they built the stadium, everybody was upset because they built it on the fairgrounds. And they were saying it was going to destroy the fairgrounds. It was going to be a waste of space. But, dude, they have gone above and beyond. That thing is a mecca sitting there next to that raceway.
I mean, Nashville's just where it's at, man. If you build it, they will come.
Hey, shout out our boy Adam Raymer at Talk It Out Podcast. The boys are back, baby. Yes, sir. Shout out to Adam, too, for definitely teaching me how to do all this live streaming stuff because I would be completely lost if it was not for you on this motherfucker. But your bald ass needs to come on the show, too, and talk some Bama football with us because I need me another Bama guy in here. I feel outnumbered as fuck.
Yeah, don't bring him in here to talk about Bama basketball. It's not really a lot to talk about.
I don't know if Adam watches basketball or not. We'll see. I think he's a fog. We'll find out, though, in the comments. I think he might get offended I called him a fog.
I feel like 50% of the fan base is, so.
That's what Andrew's a fawn right now. And speaking of fawns, the Knowles, baby. A football-only Knoll.
That's not true.
What did the other night you were like, fuck Florida State basketball. I'm never watching them again.
Sure.
And
everyone gets upset.
Hey, that was until Saturday. That was until Saturday night, right?
Well, that was when I had a 45-minute argument with Flacco here about how
our
last ring was a dude proposing after the worst loss in school history. So
y'all will always have that finishing fourth in the country in a COVID year banner to look at.
Man, we went to an Elite Eight. We would have won the year COVID happened. We would have won the Natty. I'm just saying. You know who wasn't there? Auburn for sure. But everybody gets one good season. Enjoy it.
I don't think nobody was there that year because COVID cut it short.
Enjoy it. It wouldn't have mattered.
Nobody was there.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, I feel like this is Saturday night again with me trying to go to sleep. It was damn near impossible.
This many championships in this decade at anything, at any sport. Not even underwater basket weaving, not croquet, not shuffleboard, not ping pong. You name it. There's 0 rings there. 2013 national championship, Florida State against Auburn.
Y'all got 1 ring in the last decade, and it's from probably an embarrassed girlfriend or fiance now who's probably questioning her decision from that night.
We have a football national championship and a softball national championship in this decade. Please list Auburn's accolades. We had a really good regular season record. Ooh.
Jacksonville State.
That's okay. Auburn lost us the last time we played. Just live with that.
Here we go again. What happened at that Jacksonville State game?
Listen,
somebody got engaged. That's about it.
That was more rings than Florida State's got.
That's not true.
That year?
What? What'd you say?
I said this year?
Well, obviously. Our basketball team started off super hot. Lost 6 ACC games in a row. But
dude,
would still
really
beat Auburn. We would.
That was the worst. The worst bill.
Still. Yeah, reckless. Call me reckless.
Reckless wasn't the word I was thinking. But
we're gonna be in the NIT. We're gonna win the NIT.
There you go. Big
Give me
dreams.
Hey man, I'm a
Hey,
realist. I'm a
somebody,
realist too. We're terrible.
somebody's got to win that tournament. It might as well be the Knowles.
Hey, we'll take
Yeah.
them. And then if we get a ring, then we're going to come back to this conversation as we won the NIT and Auburn didn't win anything. So
More than likely, they'll probably lose. Would it not be ironic for Auburn to lose to an SEC team like Arkansas or Alabama in the tournament?
it would be great. I don't even, I don't have anything towards Auburn basketball. Only this fella up here in the corner.
That's what happens when you're at the top.
That
When
one.
you're at the top, you got a target on your back. You know what I'm
When
saying?
you're
It's
at the
part of-
top, this is the first.
it comes with the territory.
Oh my gosh, man! All right,
Lord
Hopefully
have mercy.
hopefully one day you'll get to experience this feeling. But the hate comes with it,
name
And-
2 players from Auburn.
huh?
Name 2 NBA players from Auburn. I'll wait.
2 NBA players, like just on this team.
No, that are in the NBA right now. Just name 2.
Oh,
Isaac
Oh, you
Okoro
really
and
put-
who else?
Okoro, and yeah, man, hey, he's pretty good.
There's one.
You really put me on the spot right now, man.
Somebody Google it and put it in the comments because I'll be here all night. I'll wait. Don't worry.
All night.
There's none. There's no.
Well, we got 2 just on at least 2 on the team right now.
Adam, we love you, bro. It's
Jabari
all
Smith
in
is the
love.
best player in the country.
Yeah, he is.
Look at this tag right here. That's what it's all about.
Hey,
There you go.
Andrew, what'd you think about that game? So Virginia goes up 63-61 with 1 second left.
Dude,
What's going through your head?
We lost to some bad teams by double digits. Did I expect that to ever happen? I'm surprised they didn't just throw the ball out of bounds immediately. But I'll take them how we can get them. We're young right now, man. Our leading scorer is hurt. Our leader is hurt, out for most of the season. So,
Bro,
I'll
what's
chalk
up
this
with
one
the
up. Our
ACC this year?
do I?
It is poop.
What's up with the ACC this year? Like
Dude,
it's
the ACC has just completely collapsed. I mean, it's just.
It starts at recruiting. I mean, look at what the SEC and the Big Ten are
I
doing
mean,
right
you
now in
think about it,
recruiting.
though, man,
It's
you're
ridiculous.
You're losing Roy Williams. You're losing. I mean,
True.
you lost Roy Williams. You
You're
lost
losing
Coach
Coach
K.
K. Yep.
You're losing Coach. I mean,
Yeah.
and Jim Boeheim is still there, but Syracuse is just not like. They're not doing what they used to do, man. That 1-3-1 press shit does not work anymore.
Andrew,
Yeah.
you hit the nail on the head with the coaches. I mean, you just like you said, Roy and Coach K are on. Look who's in the SEC right now. You got Bruce Pearl, you got Coach Cal, you got Nate Oates, you got
the
dude,
SEC
Arkansas
and the
that
ACC
sucks,
have
it drinks
completely
Trulies out of straws.
They flipped. The SEC and the
Yeah.
ACC have completely changed.
Absolutely.
But you think about it from a perspective of if I'm a guy that wants to go to Virginia Tech or Virginia or all of these teams, I want to play against Coach K. I want to play against Coach K's Duke. I want to play against Roy Williams' Duke.
Right.
So, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I think the ACC is pretty much collapsed. I mean, I think it's pretty Big Ten, SEC. I think it's
Yeah, y'all did.
yeah.
they're their
Yeah.
only. Is that still their only SEC win?
That is their
Yeah.
only SEC win.
Roll damn Tide.
Hey, that was the same
one
week.
hurts.
That was the same week. Georgia beat them in the national championship game too. It was like 2 days after the national championship game.
Georgia had their way with Alabama for a whole week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually the longest week and a half I think I've had as an Alabama fan. Like we just could not catch a dub.
I'm
Good
just
times.
I'm just glad that listen, we get it. Alabama's good at football. We don't need to argue with you. So you just let us argue about Auburn and Florida State. Okay? We get it. We get it.
Adam with the reply. You already know. But yep. So you got the win. Florida State with a buzzer beater, bro. That reminded me of that Duke play with Christian Laettner. Yeah, but from deeper. Like that was just ridiculous.
Matthew
dog.
Cleveland's a good player, man. He's one to I think he's number 4 or 5 in the ACC in scoring. He'll be one to look out for, man. If he can, people come to Florida State to learn how to play defense. I mean, that's really what I've learned about Florida State.
That's y'all's whole that's y'all's backbone. Like y'all are really good. Y'all are just one of the best defensive teams in the country.
And that's where we've really struggled this year, man. Is usually we're holding teams, 67 and under. Dude,
yeah.
Freaking like Virginia Tech scoring like 86. Not that they're a bad team, man, but there's no way that should be happening.
No.
So
not at all.
Leonard Hamilton's been there for 100 years. He's one of the best to do it, in my opinion. But change is always good. Our recruiting, he's not recruiting very well. Our recruiting class next year, some good players, but I mean, I'm no offense, man, but we should be recruiting with Alabama and these teams easily. There should be no.
You would think, I mean, the money those athletic programs have at Florida State and like the other ACC teams, they should be balling right now.
Florida State is just in a we're it's just Tallahassee's going. We're just
y'all got to
bad.
find an AD that knows what he's doing because it's rough out there in these streets.
Women's sports are incredible.
Yeah,
all of our women's sports are incredible. Soccer, softball, women's beach volleyball. They've won like 3 natties in a row. I mean, but I went to the spring game. You know, I went to the only game we couldn't lose, so that was great. I mean, that was a win. But I'm hoping for something better next year, man. Norvell's got to win right now, or he's gone. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's got to win right now. Surely that's one of the most highly touted jobs in the country. I mean, at least top 15, I would say.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you got to think of just the prestige that Bobby Bowden built around Florida State while he was there. I mean, it's just kind of like what Nick Saban's done at Alabama now. Everybody's going to want to go there after they're gone. If that opens up, that's a dream job for anybody.
Well, you got Deion Sanders still in our recruits, man, to freaking Jackson or whatever, Jackson State.
Jackson State.
Yeah, bro. It's still February. We're doing it for the HB.
I get it, man. It's incredible what they're doing, but at the same time, being a Florida State fan, I'm bummed.
No, I'd understand.
Real bummed.
No doubt. But another bum, the Auburn Bums were one of the 5 teams that dropped. Craziest thing. First time in history, the top 6 teams in the AP lost. Dude.
A wild Saturday,
how does it feel to be a part of history like that?
We've been making history all year, so we just keep adding to it.
I guess the negative is just as good as
Tennessee's a good team, man.
And they are.
Yeah, you know, and playing at Tennessee.
That environment is crazy, man.
Did you see that Tennessee student section stole y'all swag, sir, from the Auburn student section? It was kind of white.
Well, yeah, that's what you expect, you know. I mean, they try.
No doubt.
They could have, you know, I mean, to have the audacity to do something like that while it's still February is kind of offending, but you know, they gave it a little effort. So I guess I got to give them props for trying.
No doubt. But
the good thing is, you know, we lost, but it didn't really hurt our standings in the regular season.
It hurt my fucking parlay.
Well, hey, you shouldn't have done that.
Well, I mean, it was Tennessee, Auburn. It was the can't lose parlay. Auburn only lost by 5. I mean, it wasn't a bad loss by any means. I mean, Tennessee's a really good team.
We have ever since we we beat Kentucky and became the number 1 team. Really, the only good game, like whole game we played since then, is when we beat the dog shit out of y'all. And every other game besides that, it's been a struggle. Our guards have been very inconsistent. They're not getting the ball to Jabari as much as I'd like to see. They go to him for spurts, and then they just refuse to pass it to him for several possessions at a time. And
gotta get that
luckily,
man the ball.
Yeah, as much as you can. Luckily, you know, sometimes shots aren't going to fall. You know, you get a good shot at, you don't make it. You know, there's nothing you can do about that. Just make it the next time. But luckily, the one thing that's been hasn't wavered any is our defense. One of the best defensive seasons out of any college in history. I think us and Georgetown are the only teams that put up like allowing so little points and shooting percentage at the same time.
I think a lot of that's Kessler too. I mean, that man's nasty in the paint.
You know, when you got somebody like him who just, I mean, he's a monster. Players, as soon as they see him, they just stop and turn their back to the goal. Like,
he's not scared to use his size either. You know, there's a lot of forwards in the SEC that won't use their size like they should. There's several in Alabama that are just like that. I mean, use what you got, and he does it very, very, very well.
Yeah. And he's not athletic. He's not jumping out the gym or nothing, but he's just so smart. He's got the best timing, and he's at the right spot at the right time.
He'll get dunked on a lot in the NBA.
Say what?
He'll get dunked on a lot in the NBA. He'll be like Sean Bradley.
He got dunked on pretty hard in that Alabama game. JD Davidson.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst poster he's ever received in his life. It had to be.
That's like the only good play he's had all season. So cheers to him. Just a walking bop.
Hey, the last 3 games, JD's look good, baby. Don't hate on my boy. He's young. He's
10 points, 5 turnovers a game. Yeah, he's looked real good.
Adam talking about Walker Kessler. He's also 10 feet tall. That is also very, very true. He is
long as shit.
Yes.
And thank you, Blake. I know you're a North Carolina fan also, so I really appreciate y'all gifting us
Yeah,
him.
that's rough. I get why he transferred because he wouldn't have started and probably would have got a lot of playing time. But yeah, y'all lucked out. That was a huge transfer pickup. Like that's probably one of the biggest transfer pickups in the NCAA in basketball.
Yeah, we've got a couple of transfer guards that have played real good too, and I think going forward, not only having Jabbar, he was ranked very highly coming into the season, and him having the season he's had, and more than likely ended up being a number one pick in the draft. That, and you got transfers. Looking at the transfers we have now and seeing how successful they are, that's really going to raise Auburn up in a lot of players. Their list of people they want to go to.
No doubt. And who do y'all got next, Flock?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I really just want to get this the tournament started. I'm scared we peaked too early.
16 seed.
Wouldn't that be unfortunate?
It would be. It'd be even more unfortunate not to make the tournament though. So
hey, couldn't be us.
Don't count your has, brother. We still got the ACC. We can still win the ACC.
That's a lot. That's a lot to ask.
Could Blake? I said could.
That's a lot to ask. But
I guess Auburn, you're not wrong. Y'all could.
Auburn wasn't the only top 6 SEC team to lose. Kentucky got beat by Arkansas 75-73. I don't know if y'all have noticed in the last 2 or 3 years, but Arkansas has late in the season has come out of literally nowhere and ended up being a top 10 contender. Have y'all noticed that?
Man.
Yeah,
they are. Musselman's a good coach. He's just short and he's a little bitch.
A little muscle man.
I hate
him. College basketball, it's all about, it's not about who's the best team. It's about who's the best at the right time,
The game of runs, man.
Yeah.
No doubt. God.
So I'm glad we're getting some losses out the way before the tournament. I'd rather get them out the way now than then.
Kentucky is one of those teams, too. It's kind of like Alabama. You never know which team you're going to get.
Yeah, they got one consistent, Big Oscar. He's going to get you like fucking Wilt Chamberlain numbers. He's going to get like 15 points and 65 rebounds a game.
Argued was not the second best player in the SEC, might I add, while drinking tequila, eating burgers at 4:00 in the morning.
I just think he's not. When you look at the second, I still think Walker's better. I would rather have him.
Yeah, Toshibe.
Yeah, I mean, you can grab a rebound.
I feel like Walker's way too close to his ceiling. I think Toshibe's got a whole other level that he's going to be able to reach when he gets to the league.
It's not even close, bro. It's genuinely not even close.
I just feel like Walker's the best defensive player in the country.
Walker stands in the paint and holds his arms up in the air. That's it.
Shibe just grabs the ball when it bounces off the rim.
He scores. He's a scorer.
He does.
He's complete, man. He's a complete player. He's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Walker has nothing else to offer.
I can't tell if Adam's talking about Kentucky or KY Jelly. Because both could be pretty athletic.
Yeah, certain situations.
Multi-purpose, my friend, multi-purpose. But yes, Kentucky is very athletic. Toshibe, I mean, he's just almost an all. He's a walking bucket.
He is. He's great, dude. He's a really good player.
Yeah, he's just he's a grown man. He's a grown man out there. He's big body.
No doubt. Now, Adam brought in a comment talking about one of the top 2 players in the SEC. He said Jelly. What do y'all think about that?
Jelly?
JQ.
No.
Oh,
not even top 5. He's not top 5.
Tell Adam why.
What do you mean? He has a terrible attitude. He left the school because he wasn't getting playing time. He plays no defense. He's great at dribbling the ball. He has great handle. He scores in spurts. He's streaky, man. He's not consistent. There's no way you could say he's a top player in the SEC right now.
Well,
I think he
Nate Oates, I think he got benched, and Nate Oates made him come off the bench.
He's way better than he is.
I think that game where he got benched woke his ass up because the last 2 games he's averaged 20 points and he shot 4-4 one game and 4 or 5 Saturday from 3.
When he gets hot, he's like J.R. Smith, man. Like when J.R. Smith gets hot, he'll drop 40 on you. But then the next game, but here's my thing. JQ, you put him at the next level. He's a point guard. Do you think JQ can guard Kyrie Irving or Steph Curry or Chris Paul or Dennis Schroeder? I mean,
Scottie Pippen Jr.
Anybody.
Scottie Pippen
You mean-
Jr. had him in the torture chamber, bro.
Dude, in the torture chamber. He almost came
Bro,
back and won
Scotty
Randy that
Floppin
last
Jr.
game.
I don't want to hear about it. That's the big floppingest motherfucker I've ever seen. That motherfucker's a bitch. He pushed off the entire game. Don't even give me the shit he did.
He's
I
better
watched
than
the whole
JQ.
Vandy game.
He's
You're
better
wild.
than
He's
JQ.
way better.
No way.
He's way
You're
He's better.
crazy.
Yes.
What?
Not even close. Not even close.
Wild. Y'all
Not
talking
even
about the
close.
flop master.
It doesn't.
Well,
Bro,
there's
flopping
a
doesn't have anything to do with it. He's a better basketball player than
one
JQ.
of them will get drafted in the first round, and one of them will not get drafted. So
Well,
That's
one of
it.
those will be in a draft different. JQ, I know they talking about the other day. JQ's talking about staying at Bama one more year.
He
I
better.
know Noah
yeah,
Gurley.
I would too.
I would.
He has
better.
no stock.
That
He has
boy's
no
gonna
draft
be
stock at all.
that boy's gonna be a G League 2-3 zone liability.
He's gonna come. He's gonna come back to Bama next year. Then after that, he's gonna be playing on the Shanghai Sharks.
with
That's
Jimmer
about his.
Fredette. He's gonna be out there playing with Jimmer.
Shit. I don't give a fuck. No, you mean JP3, John Petty.
No, Jimmer was averaging like 57 points for Shanghai.
Yeah, dude, he was getting
Yeah,
buckets.
he almost averaged 60 a game for like there was like 15 games where he averaged like 60 a game.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Chopper
All right.
and a trimmer shooting like Jimmer.
We got Auburn. We got Kentucky. Now, the number one team in the country got their second loss of the season. Gonzaga. Did y'all get a chance? I know y'all were on Broadway when that was going down. Did y'all
We
get a
were
chance to
watching
watch
it.
that.
We were watching it. Don't worry.
Uh,
Chet
this
Holmgren,
this
most
guy
overrated player in the country.
most overrated.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I
Yes.
don't
We're talking
understand
about
people saying.
Chet, right?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
And
Hey,
he
you
got
talking about-
exposed in the Alabama game. Like that dude's not good.
You talking about Walker Kessler going to get dunked on in the league? Freaking home, bro.
Oh,
He is like
sure.
skin and bones, bro.
Sure.
Like he looks like he is going to get demolished. And the fact that people have the audacity to say that he should get taken number one over Jabari Smith, it just blows my mind.
That's ridiculous. My biggest thing is though is that the way that the NBA has evolved, he does have a higher ceiling than someone like Walker Kessler, just because he can shoot. You know, he can shoot the three, he can dribble a little bit. The game has evolved. Like the big man,
grow too.
the big man has changed so much, man. How many big men are in the NBA that start and get significant playing time that are like rim protectors? There's a few for sure, like Rudy Gobert, but most of those guys now can shoot threes and dribble and handle the ball, and Walker can't really do that. Chet also weighs 126 pounds, soaking wet. So
Soaking wet.
we'll see,
Yeah.
man. He's definitely overrated. He definitely is not better than Jabari. That's for sure.
No.
That's
Yeah.
not even
Not
close.
close. Not
even
close.
close.
I think
I would take the kid from Duke over.
Paolo Banchero, absolutely.
Yeah.
Chet's not top 5 in my opinion, but
No.
it's just an opinion.
I honestly don't think he might be top 10. He's not that good at all.
He's not.
He might go
No
second
bueno.
round, to be honest.
No
But
bueno.
St. Mary's, they got to be one of the most they have one of the best looking small stadiums I've ever seen for a basketball team like that. That place was lit too. I don't know if y'all paid attention, but them fools got wild.
Yeah. What else you got to get up for if you go to St. Mary's? Like,
Right.
you,
Do we know where St. Mary's is? I think that it might be in California.
that you make an A on a final, you celebrate like that, or once every like half a century you beat Gonzaga. Like those are the two things.
No doubt. And they didn't just beat them. They beat the brakes off Gonzaga
Yeah.
for real. I mean, a 10-point victory. I mean, they held Gonzaga to 57 points. That's
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Gonzaga's strength of schedule, it's piss poor. I mean, they don't play anybody in conference hardly. But St. Mary's typically is one of those games that gives them issues.
This whole year, it's been pretty refreshing compared to last year. You know, pretty much all of last year, everybody knew it was either going to be Gonzaga or Baylor to win it, and they ended up both of them made it, and Baylor won it. But this year, you could say there's like 10 teams that have a true shot at winning it. The top 10 teams, it wouldn't surprise me if any one of them got beat in like the Sweet 16. And it wouldn't surprise me if 4 of the top 10 teams made it to the Final Four. So it's just a lot of parity this year.
No doubt. And then, this Saturday, the literal top 6 teams lost. That doesn't happen. It never happened. And that's what you're saying. Anybody can lose on any given night.
Which is good for basketball, you know.
Unless you're Florida State, you lose on most nights.
Yeah. The one unless all the other good teams lose, then that's the night y'all win.
Right. Purdue lost the other night as well against Michigan State, 68-65. That was another one of those buzzer beater bang plays. Did y'all get to
You
watch
can't
that
sleep
one?
on Michigan State ever, dude. Tom
No.
Izzo's one of the greatest.
I
He's
think
a
me and
G.
Flock, we were talking about that game on the way up to Nashville when we were looking at games to bet. I was scared to touch that game. I honestly thought Purdue was going to beat them down. I'm glad that was not on my card, even though it didn't hit. But still,
Yeah, that's a strong conference. You know, them and the SEC, I would say, are the two best conferences in the nation.
Absolutely.
Big 12, you know, they're okay, but I still think the Big 10. I'd
Big
put
10's
them
deep,
above.
man.
Yeah,
You got teams like Illinois and Indiana that are still playing pretty well.
and
I mean, there are
even
9-loss, 10-loss teams that are good.
Wisconsin,
Yeah.
I mean, Iowa. I mean,
Even
there's
with
a lot
a
of
year that
Ohio State. There's a lot of good teams there.
Michigan's having a down year. You know, they've been one of the best teams in the country for the past 5 years or so.
And they still have a lot of their guys from last year. It's weird.
Even with them having a down year, that conference is still just so stacked.
No doubt. Yeah, that was another big loss. Purdue. I mean, they're always really good in basketball. I don't understand that. Wow. They're not good in anything else.
Yeah, it's
Purdue?
Yes.
Purdue is one of the greatest upset teams in college football. Like Purdue will upset somebody great every year.
I don't know about every year. I think it's like every 3 or 4 years, I feel like.
Well, that's not a statistic that anybody has.
I'm sure we could honestly find it.
They've done it.
David Blake, get to Google.
Let me get on
This man said, I'm pretty sure Purdue hasn't beat anybody good in like 4 years. If you know that for sure, dude.
I know they have, but like I feel like they do it once every 3 or 4
They
years.
didn't they beat Iowa? They beat Iowa this past season.
Yeah, dude, they upset somebody good every year. I'm telling you.
I was also overrated as fuck every single year, so that's hard to look into a little bit.
True.
But other than that, who else lost? Texas Tech lost. I mean, they were number 9. They were top 10. They were Arizona lost 63-7. Arizona got smoked
by Colorado. Right?
Colorado busted that ass.
Arizona's been playing. They have been hot too, so that was very surprising. They've been on fire here lately.
I like Arizona in my bracket. I like them a lot.
Who's y'all's hottest team in college basketball right now, in y'all's opinion?
Man, I'm rolling with Arizona, bro. It's a tough loss, man, but I mean, nobody's going undefeated. I don't care how good you are. Nobody's going undefeated.
No doubt. Flock, I asked who was your hottest team in the SEC right now. He said Arizona.
You said in all of college basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, in all of college basketball? Shit.
What
after
SEC?
And in the SEC, I honestly would have to say right now.
Go country because mine's going to be
around the country. That's tough. After this weekend, it's hard to say. I would honestly say either Arkansas or Tennessee. I know y'all beat Arkansas, but besides that, I mean, their body of work besides losing to y'all, which is not a bad loss, you know.
Right. And that's exactly who I was going to say was Arkansas. I mean, they've won 12 of their last 13 games. That only loss coming to Alabama in the last 12 games.
2 of those beat we was number 1 and Kentucky was what, number 2, 3?
They were up there. They were top 6.
Yeah, so that's having those two wins in a week or two span is very impressive.
No doubt. I think Arkansas, like I said, is one of those teams that can get really streaky at the end of the year and make a lot of trouble for some really good teams in the tournament.
That guy, what's his name? I can't remember. He's a beast.
Who's that?
On Arkansas.
Shit.
Something like that.
You about had it.
He's been dropping like 20 a game for like the past month or so. He's
the leading scorer in the SEC. I do know that.
I wish we had an Arkansas fan in here to tell us.
Fayetteville's a jumping place to be. I will say that.
Note, is that who y'all talking about?
Yeah, Mote. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
That man had 30 points against Kentucky.
Yeah, he's a baller, man.
That's ridiculous. I mean, doing that against a team like UK, that's work. That's what I'm saying.
Who else had 30 though from Kentucky? Let's talk about that again. Bring him up and how he's better than Walker. He did. 30 and 19,
rebounds?
I think. 30 and 17.
Tashive had 18 rebounds.
30 and 18.
Yeah, dude.
That's insane.
He's a beast, man.
Elite.
He's a beast.
How do you get 30 and 18 and lose? This ain't the NBA.
What do you think his contract is for Kentucky? How many years do you think they signed him to?
They made sure he got an NIL deal while he's there too.
Oh,
He's
you know
sweet.
what? He just now was able to start doing NIL deals like 2 weeks ago because he's here on a visa,
Really?
and it took they had to get that straightened out. He just now it was like last week he tweeted he's finally open for business.
Nice. Yeah, Toshiba's a beast, bro.
He's
Kentucky's
good.
another one of those teams that I think could upset somebody, but I think they're also one of those teams that could get beat by like a 13 or a 12 seed.
Yeah, they're street. They got one. He's a sniper, light skinned
Kellen
dude.
Grady.
Yeah,
a
he
shooter.
can shoot. Yeah, he can shoot.
it.
He got a
He
quick
reminds me of
release.
Danny Green.
Yeah.
Brick City. I'm just kidding.
Danny's cash.
Now he's changed, but he used to be cash.
He went through a metamorphosis.
He is 46 years old.
That's true.
Not really, but he's old.
Right.
Ish.
No, I feel we're kind of rambling now. We're getting off subject. We got all the top 6 teams.
Who cares?
It's all good. But Kansas lost too. They lost to Baylor, I think. But it's like you said, Baylor's playing Texas tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, Baylor. It should be over by now. Let me check. 'Cause Baylor, they went up to number 3 after the crazy Saturday. It was a 2-point game last I saw.
Also, while we're waiting on Flock to get the score, I have this beautiful one AirPod that you can now win on our SROR Twitter page. All you have to do is follow SROR and hit retweet, and you can win this one AirPod.
1,000 retweets and someone can have my AirPod. You can have it.
Oh, so Baylor ended up winning 68-61. It was like 61-64 when I looked. So like Texas just didn't score again.
So it looks like Baylor's going to end up being a 1 seed too, up there with probably
man.
Auburn and Gonzaga, and I don't know who's going to fill out that last 1 seed. It's going to be pretty close.
I think it'll end up being Kentucky. Man, for Arizona, I don't know.
We got to get our Flacco palm math in tonight. Who's going to be your 1 seeds going in?
I would have to say. I mean, I think I still would have to say Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Yeah. Shitty strength of schedule and all that, but you're gonna lose every now and then. If we have a strong SEC tournament and we dominate, I think we'll have a strong case. But it's gonna take a dominating SEC tournament.
Because I can see Kentucky flipping with y'all if they end up.
Yeah, I can see that honestly. That would not surprise me at all.
So you got Gonzaga, Auburn. Who else? Baylor,
Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Gonzaga, Baylor, and well, Kansas is still right there. They lost, but it's Kansas and Baylor, either one of them. And then it's going to be like that for the SEC too. I feel it's going to be either Kentucky or Auburn. So.
But you need to watch out for a team like Arkansas sneaking up in there. I'm telling you, that's one of the teams I got sneaking into a 2 seed coming into that tournament. I think they could Kentucky
pull out a 2 or 3 easy, man.
Yeah,
no doubt. I think they have a 3 locked in. Honestly, where they are in the season and who they have left over, I think there's a very good chance they end up pulling a 3 seed out of that.
Yeah, I honestly think we still have a 1 seed locked as long as we don't like just lose in the first round of the tournament. I mean, we've only lost 3 games now. So and we're playing in the SEC, that adds to us, So as long as we don't lose in the first round, I think we have a 1 seed on lock.
Hopefully, y'all didn't peak too soon.
Yeah, that's a scary thing, But I can't wait to see how Jabari plays in the tournament because I think he's just gonna go the fuck off, like 30 points a night.
Just gotta get that man the ball.
Yeah, and
he should almost touch the ball. At least he should touch the ball almost every possession. At least touch it.
Yeah, at least, yeah, I agree. I mean, his stroke is so smooth, pause. And
when you have somebody like that, man.
NBA moves that facing up on the 3-point line and taking that one dribble pull up. I mean, it's automatic for him.
He's very Kevin Durant-esque.
Very extremely.
They look a lot alike and play.
He will never be as an elite of a scorer as Kevin Durant, but their games are very similar.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Durant's one of the top 5
I think he's the
offensive
best
players of all
offensive
time.
basketball player to ever touch a basketball.
Yeah, I think it'd be hard to argue with
pure
that.
offensive.
Yeah,
I might hate him now, but yeah, there's no denying that.
My man's is a snake.
He's a traitor,
He's a
but
slithery little
he's
Yeah.
probably the most athletic snake I've ever seen.
He's good. He's real
Yeah.
good, and he started playing defense. In the past years.
Yeah, the past 5 or 6 years, his defense has been very underrated.
Yeah,
No doubt. Yo, so I know we're getting toward the end of the show. Have I told y'all who our guest is next week yet? I haven't told either one of you.
That's crazy.
I thought you
Who's
knew that. I thought y'all seen that graphic. So next week,
Oh, wait.
yeah, I think Flock, you know who I'm talking about. So
I've had Twitter for 3 days.
I swear I thought I told you, sent you the graphic for it. Anyways, so we got the president of the Roadie Supporters Group, who's been with the Nashville SC since the club was founded and it was supporter owned. Steven Robinson himself. It's going to be an electric show. He was in Seattle this past weekend. He's going to Minnesota coming up next. So we're going to get a lot of good feedback from him, come about how the games have been going, the experience, why he got into Nashville SC and soccer around Nashville. And this is going to be an electric ass interview because Flock, you've met the dude. The guy has his energy's out the roof.
Yeah, man. He said Crunk ain't dead. He always brings the energy.
Whoa, what was that? I thought we just got flashed by Flacko. Thank God people listening on the podcast couldn't see that. That was rough. I thought I saw way too much.
Trigger warning. No, I just dropped my phone.
I mean, Andrew, the dude's the back of his kit says "Stand TF up." Like this man is a hype machine.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Hopefully I can learn a thing or two.
So everybody, make sure you tune in next Monday night. We'll be back live again. Then dropping the podcast on Tuesday mornings. If you listen to us, make sure you go ahead and go to our Twitter at SROR Podcast. Make sure you follow that. We got an Instagram too, same handle. We got a YouTube channel. That's where we go live. Facebook page too. We're a little bit of everywhere going live right now. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter currently. So check those out. Follow our handles. Let me move these banners for everybody else while we're sitting here because we're definitely not doing Flacko Palm anymore. It's a great radio. There it is. Make sure you hit those handles. Andrew at MC Assholt ASSHOLT. Flacko at base Flacko based underscore Flacko. Replace the A's with V's. And at the Blake Sulcer SULCER. We'll be back here next Monday night, same place, same time. We will see you then.
Peace. Happy Black History Month.
Last night, baby.
Retweets. 250 retweets. May 1st. I'm running across the field.
Everyone in, baby. Let's go.